from Afghanistan, we go to Kenya, and we'll start with Douglas Ogutu. Over to you, Douglas.
Hello, everyone. My name is Douglas Ogutu, and I am an artist based in a county called Nakuru in Kenya, which is found in the eastern part of Africa. And it's a pleasure to be here and do a presentation on my life story, and perhaps it will encourage someone. But before I start that, I just want to ask you a question. What did you say you want to be when you were young? Think for a second. And right now, if you had a small, because most of you, I can see we are young people. And so if you had a cousin or you had a brother who is, let's say, in grade 2 or 3, and you ask them, what do you want to do? What answers do you expect? I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a neurosurgeon, I want to be, and all that. Immediately a child says, I want to be something like an artist. And in fact, I've never had anyone waking up and saying, I want to be an artist. If anyone says that, everybody just starts to feel like, now this is a failure. And so for me, my entire life has been kind of a life of living against the current. Because as I grew up and then discovered my talent at a young age, I continued also to live in kind of, I have the talent, but I'm still looking for that better job, that, But it reached a point where I just said, no, I want to live life. And then I decided to follow the path of being an artist. And I can tell you that wasn't the best decision in terms of the experience. Because after graduation and then deciding to keep my certificate away and, going for stuff like those and starting to learn anew. Remember, I had no formal education in music and all that. And so I had to decide and just chuck my own way. And so it wasn't a very good journey, because it means there's nobody looking out for you, there's no support and all that. And so you have to figure it out alone. And let's face it, we are living in Africa also, where everybody believes you cannot succeed unless you're going to office, 8 to 5 every day to work. And so it had to take every nerve of mine to be able to keep walking that journey. And what keeps me moving is actually the fact that I can do work that can make people come together. I can do work that can inspire people not to give up, and that is through the arts. The journey of creating your own company from scratch, the journey of deciding, yes, this is something I can live by, it can pay my bills, and at the same time, I can still inspire people, is not an easy journey. But it requires resilience. And just the way it was difficult to learn to play an instrument like this, I would say learning the instruments and learning to be a poet, learning to be a musician, learning to be, sometimes I draw. it has given me life lessons that even the difficult questions that especially the African continent grapples with, understanding democracy, they require consistency, commitment, and resilience on the part of those who want the change. And so I learn a lot from learning instruments. And by the way, I also play chess. And these are things that teach me life lessons. That failing is not the end, it's part of the process. And I've learned to embrace the fact that there was a time I couldn't afford a meal, and yet I have a certificate where I can take myself to a job and, and avoid all these struggles and all that. But I saw a gold mine in art that I can touch lives. Because when I do music, my music is starting to travel all over the world. And so I'm here in Nakuru right now, I'm in the studio, and someone can go to YouTube and get a message. Someone in Portugal, someone in India and all that. And that really blesses my heart. And so I want to encourage someone here. It doesn't matter the path that you are in. What matters is, do you know your purpose? For me, I've discovered my purpose is to raise people. And the best tool that I can use is being an artist. You may be a teacher, you may be a parliamentary, a citizen, a representative, whatever you are. And God has given me wisdom. I do not downplay employment. Whatever space you are, just ensure you are living your purpose. Guys, be resilient in whatever you're doing. Thank you so much, and God bless.